Pure beauty and breathtaking nature are your constant companions wherever you go in Iceland. It is not surprised that this beautiful country has so much to offer, including a feast for the senses as well as a feast for the eyes. Your eyes will be open to a wide variety of genuine flavors and meals as you try new delicacies and tastes you have never experienced before. You could perhaps be in for some of the most delectable experiences here in Iceland. The world's healthiest cuisine is Icelandic. The highest quality food you've ever had may be made with ingredients like the air and water that are both crystal pure, the sheep and cows that are allowed to graze freely, the wild fish, and the chemical-free vegetation. A crucial contribution is that a nation's cuisine reflects not only its flavors but also its culture and history, particularly in the case of Iceland. Here are the greatest regional Icelandic cuisines. Learning about traditional food is the most fascinating way to learn about Icelandic history. SKR, the Icelandic yogurt. A very well-known Icelandic product is called SKR. It has been a staple of Icelandic cooking for more than a century. SKR is a cultured dairy product that has a yogurt-like texture. Although it has a milder flavor than Greek yogurt, they are extremely comparable. SKR is typically consumed by Icelanders with milk and fruit or berries, but it is also frequently used in smoothies, ice cream, and the lighter skrkaka, a favorite substitute for cheesecake. Even though SKR is frequently mistaken for yogurt, it is actually a soft cheese. SKR has recently grown in favor in other nations, where it is increasingly common in grocery shops in nations like the United States and England. Slow roasted lamb. One of the cleanest breeds of sheep in the world is Icelandic. Since the first settlers brought them to Iceland in the 9th century, they have been grazing on the country's hills. In Iceland, growth hormones and grain are not given to lambs. From spring through autumn, they are able to travel outdoors, thus their diet is entirely natural and consists of grass, sedge, moss campion, and berries. One of Iceland's best and most often used culinary components is Icelandic sheep meat, which is widely regarded as a gourmet meat. On menus for celebratory dinners or on Christmas Day, lamb is frequently an ingredient. Lamb soup, kjötsúpa. A specialty of Iceland is lamb soup. It has been consumed in Iceland for millennia and is growing in popularity among tourists. This hearty, flavorful soup is the ideal comfort dish for a long, gloomy winter day. Traditional Icelandic meat soup is made with lamb shank or shoulder, potatoes, rutabagas, and carrots, though every family has their unique recipe for it. Leeks, onions, dried herbs, salt, and pepper are additional possible ingredients. Svi, sheep's head. Many of the traditional foods of Iceland are delectable regional variations on dishes that are common throughout Europe. Several Icelandic cuisine, however, are not for the weak of stomach, and some traditional recipes are still served today in Iceland. One of the more well-known illustrations is the svi, or sheep's head. The entire head is either smoked, cooked, or preserved in a special jelly made from a sheep's head. Even while you might not be brave enough to try it all, we must admit that the sheep's cheeks are well worth the effort. The midwinter feast celebrations, also known as Orablot, heavily include sheep's head, despite its relative rarity in local eateries. This is the place to be if you're eager to experience some of Iceland's distinctive cuisine. Trout and lava toast. He managed to swallow the crunchy smoked bread and even enjoy it. The heat of molten lava is used to bake the bread underground, baked until the charcoal is completely black. Although people appear to enjoy it there, if you don't like smoky flavors, skip it. Crowned with a heap of chile fish. I wasn't a fan of this. Icelandic dried fish. Since the time of the Vikings, this high-protein, low-carb, low-fat food has been a favorite in Iceland. Icelanders enjoy dried fish, also known as harfiskar, hard fish, and they grew up eating it as a nutritious snack with a little bit of butter. Foreigners might find this unusual, but we also find dried meat to be strange. Typically, harfiskar is cod or haddock that has been air-dried in the frigid North Atlantic. Rugbrød, dark rye bread. Icelanders have been enjoying rugbrød, a traditional rye bread, for a long time. It is typically steamed in unique wooden casks that have been buried in the ground next to a hot spring or cooked in a pot. This bread has no crust, is dense, dark brown, and sweet in flavor. Butter, smoked salmon mutton pate, hangikjöt, smoked lamb, pickled herring, or cheese go well with it. This bread is frequently consumed by Icelanders as a side dish to the traditional fish meal plokkfiskar. This bread is available in the majority of Icelandic supermarkets. Hangikjöt smoked lamb. The Icelanders' preferred Christmas meal is smoked lamb from their own country. It's exceedingly delicate, nutritious, and delicious. Everything an Icelandic holiday dish should be. It is eaten as a warm dish for lunch or dinner and is typically served with boiled potatoes, white bechamel sauce, peas, and pickled red cabbage. It is comparable to ham as a cold snack that you might spread on a slice of toast. Pilsner, hot dog. Both residents and visitors adore Icelandic lamb hot dogs. Since 1936, the infamous Bajorans Besta Pilsner hot dog stand in Reykjavik has been selling the greatest hot dogs in town close to the waterfront. Fresh Icelandic lamb is used to make the traditional hot dog, which is served on a warm bun with raw white onions, crispy fried onions, and ketchup, remoulade, mayo, capers, mustard, herbs, and pulsusunep, brown mustard. Plakfisker, fish stew. The national stew of Iceland is called plakfisker. A straightforward yet excellent combination of mashed potatoes, onions, and cooked and salted Atlantic fish. The plakfisker was created centuries ago with the intention of utilizing and combining all the leftover ingredients from other Icelandic dishes. This custom, along with several others, such as eating cod head, perfectly encapsulates the old Icelandic way of thinking. Because food in Iceland was in little supply and difficult to obtain, the people there treasured it and never wasted a morsel. Homemade rye bread, a distinctive Icelandic bread, goes particularly well with plakfisker. Icelandic sweetbread. Sugar was first incorporated into the Icelandic diet in the 19th century, and for many years it was seen as essential sustenance. Ovens were more widely used at the period, and there were even a few bakers. The traditional flatkaka and rugbröd bread from Iceland are must-eats, but you should also visit a bakery or a cafe to enjoy the following more contemporary, kind of, sweetbreads. Ice cream and cheese. Many of my international visitors find it hard to believe that we consume ice cream all year round, but we do. Cream obsessed, says Halldórsson with a smile. Around Reykjavik, there are many excellent ice cream stores, like the fashionable Valdis and the well-known Spin Lagok, that serve flavors ranging from vanilla gelato to Turkish pepper and black licorice. With a scoop of rye bread ice cream, you can sample some of Reykjavik's greatest ice cream and their renowned rye bread. Café Loki is a quirky restaurant and coffee shop located just in front of Hallgrímskirkja, the city's church and most recognizable landmark. Try Half's dairy-free selections, such caramel, if you're a vegan. Hakarl, fermented shark. Icelandic cuisine traditionally includes hakarl. Shark meat has undergone a specific fermentation procedure to cure it, after which it has been hung outside to dry for 4 to 5 months. Hakarl is frequently served on cocktail sticks cut into cubes. Shark that has been fermented is not a dish that locals frequently eat these days. Most individuals who give it a try consider it to be really disgusting. Back when they didn't have refrigeration or many other food options, Icelanders used to consume hakarl. Even though this dish may not be the most delicious, it is a typical local cuisine that is distinctive of Iceland and something you must taste when you visit. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoy it, hit the like and subscribe button for more videos.